So today I will be performing Lemon Lift. This is a performance piece, but this isn't the kind of performance you've maybe seen before. I'm going to start out by making some tea. It's actually going to be Lemon Lift tea. This performance is not sponsored, however, so I'm not in any way suggesting you actually buy Lemon Lift tea. I just happen to be drinking it, perhaps. Tonight, I'm here to talk about loss. Loss is something that's both really personal and really a universal thing. We've all lost someone. Although I did recently lose a couple grandparents, which was hard. Though culturally, we all lost Michael Jackson and like Robin Williams, and like a lot of times people are like, oh, like when life gives you lemons, like make lemonade. So that's kind of what this is about. Right? We're here to like figure out like what do we do when we've lost something and like it's really hard, like what do you do? Like how do you find the sweet spot, right? Like where's the lemonade? So like, but let's consider the actual health benefits of lemons. Like where do we go from here? And first and foremost, let's like think about lemon juice and how like there's actually a lot of acid in here, right? Like that's like really powerful. Like this is actually very antibacterial substance. Like we can just like like bam, fresh breath. Like the bacteria in my mouth is now dead. Actually, I actually have a lot of bad breath problems, so it's gonna be useful. That said, if you are gonna kill your bad breath problems with lemon juice, you should switch to water afterwards, or tea, because the acid can melt your teeth. So I just don't want to like misinform someone and like in several years get sued. So like, you know, be prepared. You can also use lemon juice to kill other germs. For example, the germs that cause acne. So you guys are probably familiar with acne. You grew up. So we unfortunately experienced it. I actually am still experiencing it, which is really frustrating because in high school I was like, oh man, it's gonna be awesome when in my 20s I'm gonna have like beautiful clear skin. Turns out that was a lie. So that's a struggle. So you can actually use lemon juice to kill acne a little bit. I mean, acne obviously there's like a lot of things that go into being an acne prone person, but one of them is having a lot of germs in your face. So if I could have an adventurous volunteer with like maybe an acne problem, maybe not. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, so first off, we're gonna need a smock. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and get suited up. This is just a smock to protect myself and protect my outfit from the acid in the juice. We just don't want to bleach anything on accident, and you know, want to feel safe. We got some protective crystals. Just really safe in here. Do you feel safe?
I feel pretty safe.
Okay, good. This is your last chance to opt out. You ready?
I'm feeling
Okay, good. Excellent. So we're gonna mix. I am just squeezing the lemon directly on the towel. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna pour a little water too. I just wanna dilute it a little bit. We maybe don't need the full strength for today. I don't wanna burn you, you know? Okay. So I am killing the germs on your face, the teensy tiny little bugs. And we're avoiding, I don't wanna hit her eyes, cause like, you know, your eyes are tender, precious jewels. You can do this at home. This also, coincidentally, is really great for cleaning your kitchen. The lemon juice is really great for cleaning aluminum pans. It really gets the sparkle in there. So think about this as like maybe a morning multitask. You can go ahead, any dishes you have left over from last night, just like clean your face, clean the dishes. It's gonna be great, really. I'm really highly recommend it. So I'm also rubbing off some of the dead skin on your face, kind of ripping it off, maybe. Ripping your face off. And actually, to help with that, I got some sugar over here. We're gonna do a sugar scrub. Oh, that's a lot of sugar. Just hold on for that. Okay, so this is really sweet. Oh yeah, does that feel good? Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope you're telling the truth, but so it's no big. And I bet you taste really good right now. Like really want to lick her face. I mean, I would, but I think I'd get lipstick, and that's actually kind of defeating the purpose of what we're doing right now. So, there's that. Oh, I'm getting the sugar out of here. See, this is why I put a smock on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was great. We did that. So, now, you can go ahead, if you want to just splash some water in your face. This is some lemon lavender water, and that's actually just, we're cleaning off all this sugar, all these dead bugs, all this dead skin. I'll just hold a towel right here. It'll be great. This is like...
Just gonna splash it on my face, okay?
Yeah, that's what we're here for. That's, all these people came to see you do this.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We can do more of these cleanses afterwards if anyone else feels like this is something they want to do. I'll be here all night. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and dry your face off.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've actually lost a lot of the natural oils in your face, so I'm going to go ahead and replace them. I got a little oil here. This is extra virgin olive oil, so some olives actually lost their virginity for this. Another loss. And I also put some lemon oil in here, and you know, as much as I think that's awesome, I have no idea if that actually has any health benefits. It does really lift my mood, and I hope it lifts your mood too. That said, you know, I actually have no idea if this is benefiting your health. But you know, feels good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It lifts your mood, lifts your face. It feels like a facelift, maybe? Have you ever had a facelift?
No.
Okay, well, there's still time. Okay, and then any blemishes we missed, we're just gonna cover up with some glitter. And what this is gonna do, this is gonna hide any of the blemishes we missed, because you know I don't really have a mirror right here. And it's also, we're gonna go ahead and hide any redness caused by the acid in the lemon juice is going to be hidden behind this glitter. And this is really, it's going to bring out your natural beauty. So thank you very much. If I could get a round of applause for everyone. So I think what happened just now is actually a really good example of maybe a new way we can think about loss. We took someone with an extraordinary sense of insecurity about their skin, and they lost it. You know, typically we'd maybe think about this as gaining something. In this case, probably a sense of self-confidence. But maybe we could think about every gain as a loss. And maybe that's sort of maybe a new way we could think about our lives and sort of recontextualize loss in a new way. And I don't know, I just think that's an interesting way to maybe think about when you're relaxing, you're actually losing stress. You know, you think of gaining a sense of calm is like losing stress, maybe. That said, sometimes losing stress is bad. You know, think about like maybe social situations where feeling awkward like actually makes you a little more witty, or like maybe in an art practice, like being stressed like gives your art a little edge that's actually really good. So like, I don't know, sometimes we talk about losing stress as like the best thing ever, and I'm not sure. There's not much I'm sure about tonight, so it's okay. So when I think about loss, and I think about losing my grandparents, I guess we're at the worst part. Right? Like this is the awkward part where you're like, does he know where he's going? Is he gonna like, does he mean like worst part, like this is the part where he's like might cry? When I think about like losing my grandparents and like when that felt the worst, like it was before they died actually. It was when I knew I was gonna lose them and sort of like living with this experience of like, okay, I'm gonna lose it, but then you're like, oh, I haven't lost them, so I can't like feel it yet, right? So you're like, and then you're like, oh, what do I do? And then so of course you think about all the things you could lose. So it goes from like, oh, my parents are losing their parents, like what if I lose my parents? And like what if I like lose my friends? And then like suddenly I'm alone and like everyone else is gone and I'm really alone and like everyone else is turning into a lemon and the world is me and all these lemons. And it's me and lemons and no sugar, right? So like what do we do when there are just like too many lemons? We're surrounded by all these lemons, right? There's lemons and they are just everywhere. And they're not gonna go anywhere. You're just lemons, right? Literally lemons. Right? Like what are we gonna do? So first, what you gotta do, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut into our lemons, right? We're gonna cut them in half. Maybe more than half, right? Like we could cut our lemons as much as we want. It's awesome. We're really powerful. And then we have to really squeeze the lemons here. Remember, this is a metaphor, people, okay? Don't keep that in mind. You're not literally doing this. but maybe you are. You gotta remember, like I said, the acid that we've been talking about, this acid is like in the juice. So you gotta squeeze the lemons to really get the juice out. Does anyone want to squeeze a lemon? So as we're squeezing lemons, you know, like we're thinking about like how can we move on? Like how, like, great, right? This is good. And like what's the best way to squeeze our lemons, right? Like how do we make lemonade? Because it's not like how we actually make the lemonade, or it's not like what we do to make the lemonade, it's like how we do it, right? Right, like ideally I'd have like 20 or so virgins of like all genders, like really like dripping in honey and like that like gold leaf that like, you know, you can get the flecks of gold leaf, like preferably the edible one, like all up in here. It's beautiful, right? Like, can you imagine that? I can really imagine that. Speaking of virgins, has anyone in the audience like lost their virginity? You can raise your hand. Your virginity.
What does that
So,
mean?
yeah, that's a good question actually. But for those of you who feel sure that you've lost your virginity, I really appreciate your bravery, and I really appreciate you coming out tonight. Can we get a round of applause for everyone who wants to raise their hand? Thank you guys for coming out tonight. And I'm really proud of you for losing something that maybe was hard to lose. Christina, you don't have to keep speaking though. Okay. We've got a lot of lemon juice. We're making lemonade up in here. So I think really the best way to make lemonade is with your friends. And I know what you're thinking. You know, Corinne, I don't have friends that like to make lemonade. And first of all, you're wrong. You guys, come on. Like, you definitely have at least one friend that likes to make lemonade. And honestly, secondly, if you don't have like a friend that like actually likes to make lemonade, you definitely have a friend that likes to like at least drink lemonade, you know? And they'll probably at least hang out with you while you're making lemonade, and like that's kind of half the battle, really, is like not being alone. Because being alone like really sucks. Like I said, that's our worst fear, right? My worst fear. I don't want to put anything on you guys. But also, like, when we think about our friends, like, there's some really awful people, like, nasty people out there, right? And they have friends. So, like, you probably have a nice friend who'll make lemonade with you. So, that's good. So, like, what if it's a different kind of lemon problem we're talking? Like, we don't need to just make them go away. It's like, it's gonna take time. Like, I need to sit with my lemons, and I need to, like, study them and learn from them. Because, like, this is a metaphor, right, still? Right? Good. Okay. So we're gonna take the lemons, we're gonna get some salt up in here. Because we're gonna spend time, this lemon problem is not just, like, gonna go away one day. This is, like, we're here. We're not gonna disappear with some crazy thought experiment that Kareem's teaching us. Like, these lemons are here. So we're gonna go ahead and take them, we're gonna preserve them with some salt. And you wanna squeeze them. And this is like help getting the juices flowing. Some people use a little distilled water. You know, you might have on hand some water you just boiled. And what you do is you can go ahead and cut them into quarters. One thing I think is really cool is actually if you cut them like almost all the way, so they like kind of make like flower petals, right? Flower petals, right? And then you just like keep layering the salt and the lemons, and you just like get in there. And we'll use this one too. And you kind of squeeze them so the juices get flowing because you want everything to be under the juice, right? And so this is a staple of Moroccan food, which I'm really predicting is going to be a big trend in 2016. And so that actually puts us at the ideal time to start preserving lemons. So this is a great way to get rid of our problems, right? Because A, we're getting ready for the big trend of 2016. And B, we're also making a really delicious Moroccan dish. Like, I don't know if you've ever had like that roast lamb thing they make in that restaurant downtown that happens to be Moroccan themed, but it's really good. You can also make vegan dishes, so vegans out there, don't worry, you can make this stuff. This isn't like a meat-friendly only thing. Oh, we cut it too much. That's okay. Remember, your lemons can withstand a lot of cuts. Don't be fooled. So, like I said, you could wait until 2016. I'm only going to wait about a month before I eat these, but I am actually going to eat these. This isn't just art. My life's a performance. You can also put like some spices and herbs in this. It's really good. So I actually really like the pulp, so do people feel good about pulp? Lemonade? Okay, good. So I'm just going to pick some of that out. I washed my hands beforehand, don't worry. I mean, also it's like optional to drink this lemonade. No, whatever. So maybe you didn't squeeze enough lemon juice. I don't know. You need a supplement from Costco. No. You know, whatever gets you going. Maybe you just need some powdered lemonade. I'm excited. What's happening in here? And remember, one thing, if this isn't clear enough, you really gotta water it down. Because honestly, that acid's gonna get you every time. Every time. And the hot water is just to help things dissolve. I don't know, do we need more sugar? Who knows? And so friends, it's really not that hard. We're gonna get through this, right? And honestly, if that doesn't work, oh, I also prepared this ahead of time. So don't worry, I got you covered. But also, if that doesn't work, if like the lemonade I prepared ahead of time, then just like add some gin. And we're done. We're gonna add all the gin though. Thanks for coming. This is alcohol free.
Oh, okay.